to the big house, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling.
Entering play call screen.
And the Boilermakers will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will go to work first. If you look at this game on paper, it really shouldn't be much of a matchup. You have a high-powered offense against, candidly, an overmatched opponent. But hey, you never know. You got to line up and play the game.
On paper, this is a horrible matchup. But this game's not played on paper, right? Like, this defense, they're going to have to play their best game. They're going to have to play more consistent than they have. They haven't tackled well this season. They're going to have to play their best game against a great opponent. But we've seen upsets happen. They got to get some adrenaline, some emotion, something good to happen early.
I think it has to happen early, David, and then the question is, can they maintain that over the course of the entire game? Listen, it's college football. 18 to 22-year-olds, and maybe this offense just thinks they can come out here and roll their helmet out on the field, and that's going to get it done. We've seen crazy stuff happen, but no doubt, this defense has to play out of their minds today to have any shot.
They'll try the run. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. See that maize in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it to the right. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stem, the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this run.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Going for the marker on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what a catch, a big fella.
Throws for the tight end. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced it.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, put more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Lost to throw again. unloads to the right. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. The Boilermakers will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. How about the Gunners getting downfield and down that ball?
The Wolverines are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create. There he goes! Gets that thing away from the goal line. He's all the way out to the 7 with a pickup of 6.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Brought down at the 23. It's a 15-yard pickup to get them way out of their own end.
Listen, that ain't what the offense expected, but they're plenty happy about it. You just try to create a little bit of room. I don't want to throw out my own end zone, right? Then I can create a safety. I'm worried about passing. I'm worried about the quarterback. Even if he slips, something happens. But nice job just creating some space, running the football, spreading the loose. I will take it. I didn't think it would go that far, but I'll take it.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Downs. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Taylor wants to throw. And the incomplete pass will wrap up the 1st quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter.
Entering base model screen, you have 7 options.
And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short.
And 3, cover 1 robber.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to...
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Using his legs, it's Townsend. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big components, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Boilermakers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Wants to return it. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got it behind the line. It's McFadden. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important to get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to...
Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
For offensive coordinators, you see big runs like this in the first half, man, it gets you excited because it opens up the whole playbook, everything I have to use. I like all these.
In the red area, it's James. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Cover 4 quarters.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. The defense wouldn't let him loose there. It was a completion, but they lost yardage. Big noise in the big house with his huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Took care of it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
3 over. There are 5 catted. Temperature. Cover 3 sky. El Paso from man.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Entering play call.
A lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
2 to 4 single mud.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start racing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Looking to fire. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. He's been coming in this game, David. He's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Inside zone.
And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. The play-action fake. Steps away to find some room. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Michigan! again. And they
suggestions and a bit coaching. Coaching. Pause. You have 6. Depth chart is selected. Entering depth. WR. Slot 2. Entering pause screen.
The ball, but that tripped to the house.
Coaching is selected.
How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Gives it on the option. Fighting off the defender. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. They've got the screen set up. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Nickel blitz 3. Nickel 2. Nickel blitz 1 LB. Cover 4 quarters. Texas 4-man.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Snagged out of the air. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Punt is in the air. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return.
You off turns W. Levels out. Jet touch pass.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Motion from the wideout. With jet sweep pass. Slithers into space. There he goes! Touchdown Wolverines! And once he found open space, the band...
Entering pause. Sell a bit. Coaching. Pause. You have 4 options. Depth chart is entering depth chart screen. 1. Slot 2. Slot 3. AHD. Slot 2. Slot 1. WR. Slot 2. SLWR. Entering paused screen.
Well,
we have 9 options. Coaching is selected.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
15 options.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Gives it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here.
Entering pause screen, you have 5 options.
Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. Rides to back and leaves it. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To the air on second down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. So here comes the Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll run it from the gun. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up.
Turning it on! They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have, the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking, it's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying deep.
Deep shot for the end zone. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback.
He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Michigan. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses at.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
Entering pause. Pause. You have 4 options. Depth chart is selected. Entering depth chart. AHT. Slot 2. FWR. Slot 2. Slot 3. Slot 2. Entering. Resume.
It'll be a touchback. The ball will come
Entering
out to the 25-yard line.
You have 15 options. Cover
The
one.
Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. Those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go when you...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Jet touch pass.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Off play action. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3.
Field goal 32 yards is selected.
Field goal is good.
Entering play call.
Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty
selected.
time, just the mean time.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
Nickel. 2-4 single mug. Texas 4-man.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th.
Nickel. 2-4. Nickel 2 trap. Nickel looks free.
So the final period starts with a 2nd down play.
Seam flat.
The option look. He'll toss it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something that jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Takes it the other way.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the 4th quarter. Get your nickel package. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Taylor wants to throw it. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Wolverines! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Catch in the middle. It's Isaac. No chance to run, but still a good game.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Quarterback running on the draw. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Boilermakers line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They want that clock to run. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Takes the handoff. It's James. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Taylor wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense.
Entering paused screen, you have 13 option.
Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Wolverines have moved it inside the 20. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the 1st down.
there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season. But until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working, and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well, because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They're going to mark him just inches short of getting that first down, but he is so dangerous when he takes off on the scramble. Let's see what they do on 4th down. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.